Hello, Sidearm here. This is a quick lecture on content creation. This is taken from a class given in 2012. Content creation examples and tips. The ability is to address what is content, what makes content have value, give some examples and challenges, and talk about protection. Content is any material that results from an idea brought into reality, especially into a physical recording medium. This could include a rock, a painting, a carving in wood, printing on paper. Even today, digital blog posts are examples of content. But content is not content until it has been physically recorded. If it is physically recorded, that means it is shareable and copyable. That's why we talk about copyright. So here are some examples of real life content. We have the Stonehenge, which is in stone. We have the paintings, which are colored pigments. We have a photograph of the Beatles and a movie of Star Wars. Even back then, content copying happened. This caveman is making a flint axe, and these cavemen are making multiple cave axes. The value of content comes by how much it costs to make it. The price of the content is set by the person that wants to buy it. So there's two factors here. How much effort did it take to make it, and then how much is it worth to me to buy it? So these are examples of what costs to create it. Is it made of gold or diamonds? Is it made of heavy-duty thinking and imagining? Is it a result of heavy-duty research? And the price is it generic, like a generic cola is cheap? A cola with a brand name on it makes it extra super special. Is it a generic sandwich? Is it a super custom sandwich that you can only get at a certain restaurant? Even a vaccine or a medical treatment, is it a generic flu vaccine, which means it should be readily available and cheap, or is it a cosmetic injection, which means it can be charged as much as the market will bear? The ways that you can pay for content are money. You can barter. You can trade products. You can trade services. Here, a haircut is being traded for yard work. Or you can get prestige. If you work for us for free, we'll give you a plaque of appreciation. So those are all examples. This is some famous content in the real world. The Mona Lisa, the Statue of the Thinker, Harry Potter, Buzz Lightyear. And these are things that happen every day. Cooking some beans in your restaurant, making a blog post or an Instagram post, simply drawing in a notebook, or again, posting or writing something. The point is, we are all content creators all the time. We're always creating content, whether it's at a literally elementary level, whether it's way back in the old days, it's a meeting of a team, it's even a worldwide conference like Burning Man here. In the digital world, we create content using primitive objects called prims, and they are or more complex object called mesh. And we have scripts down here and avatars. All of these are being made using components digitally. This is an example of a finished product, an entire walk-in church, and you can see it's made up of mesh with many different textures, surfaces pasted over the wires. Dublin and Virtually Live had an entire city created. This is the bridge, a bar, inside the bar, and even having marching bands. The challenges when you create digital content are how to make it look real, quote unquote. It's really a caricature. It's kind of a rough model that fools the eye. And then also a challenge is how do you work with other people that are making content so you can make your content and share your content with them and vice versa, and perhaps do a huge team project such as an entire city. These are examples of creating things that were made to look like real cities in Dublin, Ireland, a campus, a shopping street, and a river. And the most famous bar in Second Life, the number one Irish pub, the Blarney Stone. When it comes to protecting intellectual property, the number one thing is usually copyright, which is the right to copy something. And these were the references as of 2010. An example of a copyright used to be the Happy Birthday song. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear sidearm, happy birthday to you. It was copyrighted. The words were copyrighted, not the tune. The tune was da, 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 da. That was not copyrighted. The words were copyrighted. Fortunately, it is now in the public domain. So can be copyrighted and pictures can be copyrighted. A trademark, we talked about Coca-Cola is a trademark. A trademark is a special protection of a word or a symbol. Jet ski is an example here. A patent is a process for creating something. This doesn't usually apply in the digital world, um, but if we ask yourself, is it possible to patent or copyright a flavor? Well, you can't copyright a flavor like Coca-Cola, and you can't copyright a flavor like vanilla. Vanilla is generic and functional, and the only thing you could possibly patent is a special way to produce vanilla that's like 10 times cheaper or makes it taste better, purer, or you start trademarking your brand of vanilla. Industrial rights are similar to patent. The Statue of Liberty had a industrial design right protection on it for 10 to 20 years. And basically, if you have something that you just can't copyright or otherwise patent or it's going to get stolen, you keep it a secret, which is a trade secret. So these are the ways that you protect property. When does property need to be protected? If the person is making a living selling it, then like a songwriter, they're going to want it to be copyrighted. Will they lose money if you copy it? There have been some spectacular court cases about songs, especially being sued. Um, or did it cost a lot to make? Was it really hard for them to write that song, or was it really hard for them to uh, make that sculpture or that painting? And then finally, are people paying really high prices for it? These are the 10 things that tend to make IP come in hot and heavy. Classical rigid protection is when you say everything is copyrighted, you can't do anything without my permission. Creative Commons flexible is where I say you can copy it as long as you say I got it from Sidearm, or you can copy it, but you're not allowed to resell it, or there's variations. There's all kinds of variations on that. So some people call that copyright, and some people call it copyleft. If you want more information, look up Creative Commons. So a summary, we're all content creators all the time. It doesn't have to be famous content. Every time you make lunch, you're making content. Every time you post a picture, you're making content. And when you post it, when you make it, it has a timestamp on it, and that is your proof. Like people take a picture of their latest chili or something that they created. When you take a picture of your food, you've copyrighted that. So keep tabs on the content you create, keep dated copies, and think about both rigid systems and flexible systems. So that ends this lecture on content creation. Thank you for your attention.